Hey everyone, welcome to Ahavah Provision, doing business as parent ministry, and I'm just coming on here quickly to say a few things about just some techniques for parenting. I was out today and I basically was talking to a mom, and her child was on the spectrum. He's high functioning though. And for anybody who don't know that, the autism spectrum is like so broad that it could be a learning disability, or it can be like physical disabilities that someone experienced. So her child was on the spectrum, but he's high functioning, and he's 7. And she was just saying how people used to judge her about disciplining the child, and that he wasn't being disciplined enough, and she was not, basically doing enough to discipline him. I was just encouraging her. The child wasn't there, with her or whatever like that, but I was just encouraging her that all children have different personalities. On the spectrum, not on the spectrum, disability, non-disability, all children and all people for that matter has different personalities, and you have to learn the personality of that individual to understand the consequences that's going to be most effective for the child. And a child on the spectrum can go through meltdowns and things like that. That's something that someone on the outside might not see and might not notice. So I would just say, if you see someone experiencing difficulties with their child or something like that, don't be so quick to judge. Offer help if you're able to, and if you're not able to, just keep your mouth closed. Because what could typically look like defiance to a typical person, to an average person on the outside, it could be a sensory thing for those of us that have a child that have some type of disability, right? And with that being said, it can be very frustrating for people to comment on stuff that they don't fully have the understanding of. Now, don't get me wrong, even children on the spectrum have behavior issues that needs to be addressed more sternly, right? And that's another topic. But if you don't know that person, if you don't know that child, if you have not been around that particular child, if you're not able to offer anything, it's best to just pray for us. Pray, and like I said, offer some sort of assistance if you're able to, or like a resource. I know when I was in the store one day, me and my daughter, and this lady was in there, and she had a baby in a stroller. It was, I can't remember, the other baby was moving around. I don't remember. I think it was in like the cart or something. And then her daughter, which was a little older, was having a fit, basically a meltdown, right? And so she wanted some of the chips or something. Come to find out, she wanted the chips that the little boy had. So she was hitting the little boy, not the mom, the little girl. And the little baby was in the seat, and it wasn't an infant, but I think he was probably like 2, 3, maybe 4. He wasn't, real little, but he wasn't real big either. And she might have been about 7, 8. And the mom was doing a very good job being patient. She was separating them because, she knows her child. And, but because of, the situation, the little girl was crying hysterically. She was screaming and hollering because she wanted these chips. I didn't know that at the time, but she was screaming, hollering, and things like that. And so just walking by, I saw that she was just trying to keep them separated. So I asked her, would it be okay for me to step in and help? And all I did was, move the little girl away from the little boy so the mother can gain composure of the situation. Because she was mild-mannered, like she wasn't yelling at the kid or anything like that, but she was saying, no, you cannot have it. But I could see that it would help to just have a little extra assistance, because the little boy was very patient too, even though he the one that was getting hit. And then the other kid that she had was also very patient. But the commotion of it, right? And so I just moved the little girl away, let the mom get composure. And that might not always be the case. Like, she might not have let me, move her away. But the mom was just blocking her. And so I said, are you okay with me standing here? I will stand here for you. I will help her while you compose her. So once the situation calmed down, I asked the lady, was she okay? Was she good, to proceed? And she said yes. I just basically interrupted the situation so that the child that was having a fit could have a break, in it, because when children are having a fit, they're going through something as well. So the mother needed a break, the child needed to have a break, stuff like that. So again, this is supposed to be just a short story, just to say that let's not be so quick to judge. I know it's very, 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 very easy. Don't get me wrong. It's very easy to say, oh, they needed this and oh, they needed that. I'll probably come back on again to do another one like this because I have some stories myself. But I just told the lady that she's doing a very good job. She's getting help for her son. I asked, was she getting help for him? And she said yes, which was great. He got a psychologist, a therapist, and things like that, which is awesome. And that's a good thing, even though it's hard to find. It's not necessarily hard to find the help. It's hard to get the help. Let me just say that. You can find it. You can find companies and all that stuff. But when it comes to the process, that can be a little challenging. So she did say that he was getting help and things like that, which is great. And so I just encourage her, like, just know your child and know, what his triggers are and what his triggers not. And don't listen to too many outside voices. If they just judgmental, they're not trying to help, really. They don't have no expertise in the situation and is not helping to relieve the situation, then really, I just encourage you to go ahead and do what she understands to do. And if some people say, you just need to spank them or beat them or whatever, but that's not always the case. I believe I have my own personal story. Spankings will instigate the whole situation. Fighting will instigate the whole situation. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming to my channel. I will have more to come to help parenting be easier, not easy, but easier. And I want to encourage every caregiver and every parent that you're not in this alone. I felt like I was in it alone. I was just like overwhelmed, but you're not in this alone. And so I'm going to make more content to help and encourage you. If you have questions, something you want me to talk about, you can put it in the comment and I will do my best to talk about it. And if I don't know it, I'm not going to talk about it, but I will hopefully give you a resource where you can get the answer. Bless you all.